Hey everybody, good morning. It's a Thursday morning, about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm not playing my guitar down here today because it's just too cold. It's cold in the whole house. Our furnace went out yesterday, and we can't get a new one installed until tomorrow morning. And it's been very cold here in the Detroit area, so it's probably about 45 or 50 degrees down here right now. I'm hoping that my stuff will be okay. I might throw an electric heater down here if I need to. But, and I've been thinking about something about when I first started playing guitar back in 1977. I was 17 years old. And, you know, I went out and bought myself just a cheap Squier brand Stratocaster guitar, and a buddy of mine gave me this old little guitar amp, and I plugged that stuff up in my room, and I had no idea how to play guitar. I just started messing around on it, put my fingers on it, cranked the amp up, and man, what a rush that was. And then when I first learned my first bar chords, what an amazing feeling that was, you know. And I'm sure that you've had this same experience. Now back then I was playing, you know, heavy rock music. We ended up, a few years later, we ended up playing stuff like Led Zeppelin, Rush, a bunch of other stuff like that. But what a rush it was. And then, you know, when I started to learn chords, learn bar chords and open chords, and, you know, just like basic chords, G, C, D, A minor, things like that. It was just an incredible thing, and I'm sure that those of you that play guitar have experienced that. And what an amazing journey it was for me when I started to learn more sophisticated things. A big turning point for me was when I started playing fingerstyle guitar and learned alternate tunings, like open Ds and other alternate tunings, weird tunings as well. And it opened up a whole new world for me. And then I started learning you know, different pieces of music by people like Alex DeGrassi, Eric Johnson, Will Ackerman, Ed Gearhard. And the one song that really was the pinnacle for me, and I'll tell you this quick story. My best friend, who I still play guitar with today, and play in a band with today, we had been playing guitar for a little while, and we both loved Led Zeppelin, but there was this one song that we just could not figure out. It was Bron Your Are by Led Zeppelin. Just a short fingerstyle guitar piece, just guitar. We could never figure it out. And then one day I was working, and I was at lunch, and I went to a local mall that was close to where I work. And I went into the bookstore, and I always looked for like guitar magazines. And there was a guitar magazine. I don't remember what magazine it was, but it actually had the tablature for Bron Your Are. And I opened it up and looked at it, and I seen that it was in a different tuning. So I immediately bought that book. I went home, called work, and told them that I was sick and I wasn't going to come back in the afternoon. And I spent all afternoon and several days later figuring that song out. And when I finally learned it, it was like a revelation. It opened up a whole new world for me, and it was just such a good feeling, just such a amazing experience, almost like a somatic experience. I could feel it in my body, and it was very rewarding, obviously, and stuff like that. And then I went on to learn a lot of other stuff too. You know, I played guitar quite a bit after that. But as many of you know, I had a stroke in 2005, which I recovered from in about a week. But then I had another stroke in 2016, very difficult for me to recover from. It affected my right side. I couldn't strum anymore. I think I may have told you guys I had to actually put my fingers on the frets where they should go to make a chord. And you know, I was pretty depressed after that. But then I thought, like, I actually read some articles about other famous musicians who had had strokes and who had totally relearned the guitar from scratch. So I thought, well, I'll try to do that, and I'll just do the best I can. So that's what I've done. And you know, when I started playing chords again, when I was able to get my fingers to go from a G to a D to a C to an F to an A minor with relatively fluidly, and then I started working on my strumming, and I actually watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to strum the guitar, different strumming patterns. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos on how to hold a pick, because I couldn't even hold a pick properly anymore. And I may have mentioned this before, I actually made a pick. I drew 2 little holes in a pick and put a tie wrap around it so it would stick on my finger, because I couldn't hold a pick. I just didn't have enough strength to strum and hold a pick. But I think through that experience from 2016 on, even going on until today, it's almost been, it's going to be almost 10 years. And I have learned to play guitar again. Now, I don't think I'm as good as I was before, not that I was great before, but, and I'm playing a lot more like just kind of leads, which I never used to play. The point of this video is that I feel like I'm very fortunate, because I learned how to play guitar once in 1977, and I had all these great experiences, these great like awakenings of, wow, this is an amazing chord. I've learned how to finger pick really well. I've learned all these alternate tunings. I can play really cool music, fascinating music, and then I lost it, and I started from scratch again in 2016. So, and I'm still learning today. So, I feel like I've been very fortunate to be able to learn guitar twice in one lifetime. And that's something that most of us, unless we have some type of tragic event happen, if we have some type of accident that damages our hands or our arms or something like that, or we have a stroke, normally we don't get that opportunity to do that, right? We don't get the opportunity to learn guitar twice in one lifetime. So I feel like I'm very fortunate for that, and I'm really appreciative of that. And I'm just going to keep playing. As soon as it gets warmer in here, as soon as we get our furnace tomorrow, I'll get back in here and finish insulating and do some work on the heating down here. All right, my friends, I just thought I'd do this short video for you. I've got a ton of other things that I want to share with you, some just thoughts. I'll share some of my music and things like that, and other things like that. But for right now, that's it. I just wanted to put a video out there. Thank you guys for subscribing, and thank you for your awesome comments. I'm glad that I've inspired some of you to pick up the guitar again and just play. All right, my friends, see you next time. Bye-bye. Keep playing.